Hello and welcome. This is Notibot ENG. In a rapidly changing Middle East, global powers are jockeying for position as tensions escalate around Iran's nuclear ambitions. Today, we'll break down the latest developments from Qatar to China and what they mean for the region and beyond. From warnings of war to diplomatic maneuvers, our top stories explore how Iran's crisis is reshaping alliances, economies, and the balance of power in the Middle East. We'll examine the implications of each move and bring you up to date on the most pressing issues affecting global politics today. As tensions in the Middle East continue to escalate, Qatar has issued a stern warning to Iran, urging it to refrain from using its military might. Qatar has issued a stern warning to Iran, cautioning against weaponizing the Strait of Hormuz as a means to blackmail Gulf countries. The warning comes in response to recent concerns over Iran's military buildup and increasing tensions with the US and other regional powers. In a statement released by Qatar's foreign ministry, the country's officials expressed their deep concern over Iran's actions, emphasizing that any attempt to use its military might as leverage would only lead to further instability and suffering for the people of the region. The warning was specifically aimed at preventing Iran from exploiting its naval dominance in the Strait of Hormuz, a vital waterway connecting the Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman. Qatar's leadership has long been critical of Iran's aggressive behavior in the region, citing concerns over its support of terrorism and destabilizing influence in countries such as Yemen. The latest warning marks a significant escalation in tensions between Qatar and Iran, highlighting the urgent need for diplomatic efforts to resolve their differences peacefully. As the Middle East continues to grapple with rising tensions and regional conflicts, the Strait of Hormuz remains a critical flashpoint that could have far-reaching implications for global energy markets and international relations. The situation has sparked widespread concern among regional leaders, who are urging all parties involved to exercise restraint and engage in constructive dialogue. With diplomatic efforts on the table, it is now up to Iran's leadership to respond to Qatar's warning and demonstrate a willingness to de-escalate tensions, thereby preventing a potentially catastrophic conflict in the region. As the world watches Russia's involvement in the escalating conflict in Iran, one question remains: has Vladimir Putin's leadership on the battlefield lost its luster? Russia's involvement in the Iran war has raised questions about Vladimir Putin's credibility as a leader. The conflict, sparked by Russia's support for Iranian forces against US-backed coalition forces, has seen both sides suffer significant losses. The Iran-Iraq War, which began in 1980 and lasted until 1988, was one of the deadliest conflicts of the Cold War era. Now, more than 3 decades later, a new front has opened as Russia and Iran clash with US-led forces in Iraq. Russia's support for Iranian forces is seen as an attempt to counterbalance American influence in the region. According to sources, Russia's military campaign in Iran is being led by General Mikhail Makarov, a seasoned commander with extensive experience in Ukraine. Despite its long slog in Ukraine, which has resulted in significant losses and the loss of former allies like Syria, Russia appears to be benefiting from several factors. The cost of energy is significantly lower than in Ukraine, allowing Russia to maintain a large military presence without breaking the bank. Furthermore, Russia's clever narrative has been able to sway public opinion against US involvement in the conflict. As American forces struggle to achieve a quick victory, many are questioning the wisdom of intervention. This shift in perception is significant, as it marks a major turning point in the war. For Putin, this development raises questions about his ability to manage the Iran war and maintain his credibility as a leader. As tensions escalate between the US and Iran, a prominent Wall Street Journal editorial board warns that President Trump's latest move may have unintended consequences. According to reports from The Hill, the editorial board at the Wall Street Journal has expressed concerns over President Trump's strategy in dealing with Iran. They argue that the US president's approach has not had the desired effect of deterring Tehran. The Iranian government was forced to flout a ceasefire agreement with the United States after carrying out attacks on several targets, including oil facilities and military sites. This move has been seen as a brazen challenge to President Trump's authority and the US's ability to enforce its will in the region. In an opinion piece published by the Journal's editorial board, they suggest that Iran believes it can outlast a president who no longer wants to fight. The board argues that President Trump's strategy of maximum pressure has not been enough to deter Iranian aggression, and that Tehran sees opportunities to exploit weaknesses in U.S. policy. This development is significant because it highlights the ongoing tensions between the United States and Iran and raises questions about the effectiveness of President Trump's approach to dealing with Iranian aggression. The board's assessment also underscores the challenges faced by future administrations in navigating these complex relationships. As the situation continues to unfold, it remains to be seen how the U.S. will respond to these developments. One thing is clear: the stakes are high and the consequences of failure could be severe. The Wall Street Journal's editorial board has sounded a warning about the risks of underestimating Iranian aggression, and their concerns should be taken seriously by policymakers in Washington. As tensions between the U.S. and China escalate, Beijing is now pushing Islamabad to further engage with Tehran in a bid to influence the upcoming Trump-Xi talks. China is urging Pakistan to play a more significant role in mediating the Iran crisis as tensions continue to escalate in the Middle East. In a call with Pakistani Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar on Tuesday, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi emphasized the importance of regional stability and security, particularly in the Strait of Hormuz, which has become a flashpoint for conflict. The war between Iran and its neighbors has been ongoing for weeks, with the U.S. carrying out airstrikes against Iranian targets. The ceasefire has been repeatedly tested, and tensions remain high despite efforts to negotiate a peace deal. China is seeking Pakistan's help to facilitate negotiations between Washington and Tehran, as well as to promote regional stability. Wang Yi expressed his appreciation for Pakistan's efforts in this regard, but urged Dar to step up its mediation efforts to contribute to the opening of the Strait of Hormuz and the early restoration of regional peace. China will continue to support Pakistan's mediation efforts, according to a statement from CCTV. The talks between Wang Yi and Dar come ahead of U.S. President Donald Trump's visit to Beijing later this week. The Iran crisis has become a major point of contention in U.S.-China relations, with both sides taking different stances on the conflict. As tensions in the region continue to rise, China is seeking to play a more significant role in mediating the crisis and promoting regional stability. As tensions in the Middle East escalate following recent U.S. airstrikes on Iran, a high-stakes diplomatic meeting is underway between two global powers. The escalating tensions in the Middle East have led to a significant shift in the region's dynamics, with far-reaching implications for global geopolitics. The latest development comes as U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping met on the sidelines of the G20 summit, amidst rising tensions over Iran. In recent days, the Strait of Hormuz has been closed, effectively crippling one-fifth of global oil production, and Iranian strikes have targeted key infrastructure in the UAE, including commercial landmarks like the Burj Al Arab Hotel. The U.S. military presence in the region has been severely weakened, with 13 bases rendered vulnerable or nearly uninhabitable. The implications of this conflict are multifaceted. For decades, Gulf states relied on the U.S. for their security guarantees, but the latest events have shattered that assumption. Instead, China is increasingly emerging as a major player in the region, seeking to fill the power vacuum left by the U.S. The petroyuan, China's currency, has seen significant increases in value, potentially displacing the petrodollar as the dominant global reserve currency. Iran and Russia are also playing pivotal roles in this new order. Iran is leveraging its position as a regional power to counter U.S. influence, while Russia seeks to capitalize on the chaos by securing new economic opportunities. The strategic realignment of the Middle East has significant implications for global trade and geopolitics, with China poised to become the Gulf states' principal economic partner. As the region's security architecture continues to evolve, one thing is clear: the old rules no longer apply, and a new order is emerging. That's all for today's news recap. I'm your name, and thank you for watching. We'll continue to bring you updates on the world's most pressing issues as they unfold. If you'd like to stay informed, please subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Until next time, good night, and we'll see you in the morning.